Hey everybody, this is Thane. I'm going to do a quick review of the Terraclips Buildings of Malifaux set. This is put out by the makers of Malifaux, Wyrd Miniatures and WorldWorksGames. This is a 3D terrain set that you can use to make buildings. They're all the sort of old, horror-ish, Victorian style that really fits in with the atmosphere of Malifaux. The first thing that you should be very aware of, it does say it on the box, but even though this is the Terraclips 3D terrain system, it does not come with any Terraclips. You have to buy those separate. So I think this is about a $50 box. I think this is about a $20 box. So you're looking at about $70 to be able to use the system with the Terraclips. You don't have to. You can just glue the buildings together. In fact, if you look at the pictures that are on the front of the box, it's clear that's what they've done. There are no Terraclips on the picture, so if you're happy setting up the buildings and leaving them that way, then this is perfect. If you want to be able to take everything apart and put it back together and leave some customization, then you need to get the Terraclip box. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into the actual artwork on it, which is absolutely beautiful. This is just a simple set of rooms that I put together. I've been wanting to do sort of a sprawling mansion type building anyway for a game that me and a friend John Myers are working on. So the artwork in it is just gorgeous. They did a really nice job of capturing the dark atmosphere that sort of sets Malifaux. This is a building that has seen better days, very gothic in its nature, and you can see that the Terraclips themselves and the building material itself is very strong. I mean, this is solid. The clips have been really well designed to hold everything together. The set comes with enough floor space to make essentially double this. I'll go ahead and show in a second the total floor space that's available from this set. It also comes with the ability to make 4 sets of stairs. These stairs are also well designed, and I think a set of ladders that I haven't messed with yet. Now I will say that one problem that I have with this set is that you get 16 panels of this material, but 4 of them are for roof sections, and roof sections aren't that useful to me as a gamer. It's fine if I was setting this up to be, you know, an outdoor battleground, and you know they're more for ornamentation, but most of the time you're going to be using these sets. You're going to want to have people in the buildings, and the roofs are going to be off of them. For the money, I would have much rather had another 4 panels of floors and walls. So let me grab the camera and I will take you on a tour through these buildings. Okay, so this is just a single floor of a building that I've set up. You can see that the little doors sections come out, but they have made it so that you can set the doors up and have them seal. So if you're using a game with doors that open and close, you've got it. All of these arches also have double doorways in them. You can see that the artwork is really nice. It's just really captures sort of a dark gothic atmosphere. The material that it's made from is very thick cardboard. It's as thick as artist matting, and the clips have been well designed to work with it, and for that reason it also works with artist matting if you're making your own kind of terrain. So everything in the system is set up around a 3x3 square, and it would be 2 inches high. So this is pretty nice. They've got 6x6 panels and then the 3x3 panels. So everything fits together really well. All of the doors are in the center of the wall panels that fit them, so everything matches up really nicely. The clips are essentially 1 per 3 inches, and they come in little T's, little lines, and little corners. You can see how everything fits together, and these things lock in so tightly. Like this is completely loose because they don't have any four-way pieces, but it's still held on really tightly. And you can see I can pick up this whole thing by just that one panel, and everything's locked down real nicely, but everything comes back apart without tearing. So they did a really nice job with that. Now, two things that I have issues with, and they're not huge, but still I think it just is would have been designed better, and it comes down to the same thing. Because these are only 2-inch high panels, these areas above the doorways, the arches, are very thin, and since it does take a little bit of force to put them into the Terraclips, they do get damaged easily. I managed to damage 2 or 3 of them just trying to put them together, and you know, I don't know my own strength sometimes, so you might have better results than I did. But I can definitely see taking this apart and putting it back together again, it's definitely going to start to wear on these places. The other thing is that being only 2 inches high, a lot of miniatures stick out over the top. In fact, if I had any kind of minotaur or any kind of large creature, it's just going to tower over all of this. And that's also not a huge deal, except that the system was designed to allow these different floors to stack. The clips actually have a little channel on it that sits and can hold a level above in place. So the thing is that if you want to stack those levels, you can't have anything more than 2 inches high, which is going to rule out almost any miniature that's got a sword upraised or a spear or anything like that. So I think the set would have been a lot better served if they had gone with a 2.5 or even 3-inch high wall height and just gone with a 3x3 cube or 3x3x3 cube. So this is essentially half of the set, maybe a little bit less because I didn't use a lot of the 3x3 pieces. The total amount of floor area that you can get, I've laid out all of the floor pieces, is essentially this big. That's the total floor area that you have out of the set. And again, I would have much rather had more floor area than roofs out of the system, but really it's not too bad. I'm sure the roofs have their place. Now this is one of the stairs for it, and they did a real nice job of designing that so that a miniature on a base can sit with part of the base fitting up underneath of it, and the center of gravity is still firmly onto the stairway. And the stair is 3 inches long, and so every 2 of these steps is a 1-inch space. Makes it real easy for counting things out if you're using a gridded system. You can also see how these are gridded. Obviously the tiled stone pieces are real easy to see what their grids are, but they also did it with the wood pieces. You can see that there is a dark line between wood slats if you look vertically on this. So you got your 1-inch lines delineated that way, and then they use the ends of the floorboards to define it the other way. So you've got a real nice 1-inch grid out of all of these pieces. So I couldn't leave things right where I left off. I had to go ahead and use up the rest of the set, or at least the floor pieces out of the set. This is pretty much all of them. There might be a few 3x3s left in it, and what I did was made a second level for this one room and put a balcony around it. Now the balconies are really nice. They fit in perfectly with the rest of the material, and the little Terraclips hold it together. I will tell you that they are Terraclip hogs. You use up a lot of them making the balconies. So if you wanted to make more balconies, in fact this pretty much used up most of that box. I had no more corner pieces left. I do have a few T's left and a fair number of the flat pieces left. So I don't know, perhaps they could have done a better distribution of things, but it may just be how I built it all. In any event, the balconies are very solid, held together just as firmly as the Terraclips building is, and then you can lift the whole level off and set it aside if you need to move someone around in the floor below. And you can see how the stairs fit in very well with that just sort of standard 3-inch spacing. And you can feel it when it gets back into alignment. I mean, it just slips into the grooves as they fit into the walls below them, and you know you've got everything lined back up. So again, really well engineered, really well measured for how everything fits together. So with all that said, I think it's a pretty decent value for what you're getting. The quality is very high, it's pretty durable, it's going to last for many, many games. If you glue it all together, then it's going to last for even more games. And if you're looking for a set for your fantasy game or for your role-playing game or your HeroClix game, and you want something a little bit higher end without going all the way up to, say, what is it, Dungeon Forge or Dwarven Forge, then this is a really, really good value. It lets you immediately start building things out of the box. This probably took me no more than a half hour to put together. So, yeah, good times. Well, thank you for watching this review, and stay tuned for more.